Hello everyone! So my last video was about like really typical Asian countries, Thailand, Malaysia, but now we're going to Singapore, a city-state. So very different, very European, very Western, and I show you why I really like Singapore. I went with my friend from Malaysia. We took the bus, which was actually a really long journey, and I don't regret it, but it was very tiring. We went from Malacca by bus to Johor Bahru or something, JB. This is on the borderline to Singapore, and then you have to do the first check out with the immigration, and then you have to do the other check-in within Singapore, and you have to change buses all the time and pay again, and you don't have the currency because you're not in Singapore yet, and there's no ATM. So I was really worrying and confused, but I was really happy that I had my Malaysian friend with me, so he know all the procedure. And yeah, but finally we arrived in Singapore and had a very nice couch surfing host over there. He actually was from India and worked as a lawyer, so we had a very nice place to stay together. And I stayed 2 nights, which is actually quite good time for Singapore, I think. I met a lot of travelers who said, "Oh, I don't like Singapore, you only stay 1 day and that's enough." But I really liked it, and I could have even stayed longer. So it's all up to you, what are your expectations and yeah, what you make out of your stay. Because I met a girl from couchsurfing and she was local Singaporean, and that was really great because yeah, it's always great with locals. And she showed me like the hidden spots, and we did everything in 1 day, and it was really amazing. And yeah, one thing which is really impressive about Singapore is the humidity. It's the most humid city I've ever been to. I was like, I couldn't breathe normally. It was so humid and so hot. And the first evening I arrived and we went to gardens at the bay. So first we went to Little India. It's a nice Indian district with some restaurants and stuff. But Gardens at the Bay is my favorite place in Singapore. It's so beautiful, and they have these super trees which are like a biodiversity system, and they have some like a greenhouse or something which is inside the super trees, and they look like future. It looks like a future city, and you can walk up a sky bridge, and but just only from the bottom. They look amazing, and they have this light and music show at 7:45 and 8:45. And it's so cool. You lay on the ground, you look up the trees, and everything is blinking, and they have really nice musical music. And from there you can walk over to Marine Bay, and there's this very famous 5-star hotel with the sky bar on the top and very nice architecture. They have a big mall there with made like Venice, and there's a river in the mall. What the fuck? And yeah, from there you can walk through. By the way, the food court in the mall is really good and cheap. Very important for Singapore to find cheap food. You can walk through, and then you come to the skyline, which is nice by night. There should be a light show, but I really didn't see it at 8 o'clock. I don't know. Yeah, another nice thing to do is the Marine Bay Sands Sky Bar and the hotel. So we kind of sneaked in there. That was really amazing and funny because it was with a Singaporean girl, and we just asked some people in the lift to if they also going up swimming there, and so we went up with them, and then we were at the sky bar. So you can only take the normal lift to get to the sky bar, and then you can go through the bar and you're there, and you don't have to pay the 20 or 30 Singaporean dollars, which actually include a drink and covers already one drink, because one cocktail is more than $20. But yeah, when you go in for free, then you can just buy a soft drink or whatever you like. It's mostly the view, which is awesome, and it really gives you a great view over the city, and it's just the place to be in Singapore. You have the infinity pool, and you can see it from the sky bar, which is already nice, because you're not allowed to go in there when you're not an hotel guest, and so you can see the hotel guests jumping in. It's okay, it's quite crowded, so. And yeah, from there you can also see downtown, which is actually the skyscraper area, and it's nice to walk around there as well as the harbor city. Another nice thing to do is the botanical garden, where we have been as well, and Chinese garden should be nice as well. And one really cool thing was Haji Lane. That's like the hippie quarter and has some street art on the walls. And there's Arab Street behind with some awesome Arabic restaurants. Yes, and it's really clean, so it's really European. And after my 4 months in Asia, I was kind of happy to have some European standard everywhere, and I was okay to pay for this. Yeah, a lot of people say it's not like Asia, blah blah blah, because yeah, when you start in Singapore, you're probably disappointed because you want to be in Asia if you've been to Europe before. But for me, it was really healing for my soul. And you're not allowed, like, homosexuality on the street is not allowed, and you're not allowed to bring chewing gum inside the country. I don't know. And as a Berliner, I'm kind of like, yeah, being free, and we have a lot of homosexual clubs, as I'm not homosexual, but anyway, it's like the culture. And yeah, it's kind of makes the flair of the city. But yeah, I really like Singapore. It's interesting. It's a cultural melting pot. And from Singapore, I went with a plane to Indonesia, and it's really one of my favorite countries in Asia because there's so many volcanoes and nature to see. So yeah, looking forward to see you in the next video then. Bye bye.